After a late night on Capitol Hill, the debt ceiling dilemma comes to an end. The Fiscal Responsibility Act of 2023, which got through the House earlier this week, also succeeding in the Senate. The measure places a cap on non-defense spending, cuts some COVID-19 relief funds, and increases work requirements for some food stamp recipients. The deal also suspends the debt limit until January 2025, after the presidential election.
We've saved the country from the scourge of default, even though there were some on the other side who wanted default.
Is it a home run? No. It's maybe a single, maybe a double, but I don't think anyone expected that Kevin McCarthy could deliver any base runners at all, and he has.
President Biden has vowed to immediately sign the bill once it reaches his desk into law to avoid the nation's first ever default. Now, the Senate bill passing by a 63-36 vote. So how did Rhode Island and Massachusetts senators vote on this bill? Well, it's a 50-50 split. In Rhode Island, Senators Jack Reed and Sheldon Whitehouse, both of them voting yes. Meanwhile, in Massachusetts, Senators Ed Markey and Elizabeth Warren voting no. And sticking with politics, who will take over in the House? Now that former Congressman David Cicilline started his next chapter leading the Rhode Island Foundation, a church in Providence, hosting a candidate meet and greet for the District 1 congressional seat. ABC6 News reporter Alyssa Zara picks up the story from there. The rain comes in, right?
Exactly. So
Perfect.
if you happen to have today off and you wanted to hit the beach, the earlier the better.
Or like us, where we're off at noon, we still get to enjoy a little bit of the sun before the rain comes in.
Sweet.
Perfect.
Love that.
What a great Friday we're having over here.
Right?
All right, well, check this out. Your supervisor may not like it, but today is National Leave the Office Early Day. And Kelly, we may have to do that to enjoy the sun today. Now, it is observed every June 2nd. It's a day to remind hardworking Americans to take a little time for themselves. And a man who lost his eye during the Providence riot 3 years ago now suing the city. According to court documents, Eduardo Santos alleges in the early morning hours of June 2nd of 2020, he was driving near Kennedy Plaza with his wife, and his complaint says he started recording officers beating a black man, and he shouted for them to stop. That's when he says a Providence police officer identified as Sean Camella pointed a weapon at him and fired a foam round that hit him in the face, sending him to the hospital. The AG's office later cleared Officer Camella last year, saying the shooting was legally justified. Mayor Smiley and the police have not replied to a request for comment.